Ozzy. Get it, Oz. Ooh, that little pit bull. That little pit bull puppy. She's fierce, y'all. She says, I challenge you to a duel. I challenge you to a duel. Eat it, Oz. Ozzy's the alpha Cane Corso. Ozzy's the 150-pound male, alpha Cane Corso. Dolce is the dominant female. Lucia is the 1-year-old puppy female. And Gypsy's the pit bull, 5-month-old pit bull. Eat it, Oz. Ozzy. Yeah, Ozzy's definitely the strongest of the pack. You know, being the male. His jaw strength, grip strength, is about 700 psi. And Dolce is extremely powerful, especially for a female. She usually wins just by her tenacity. She's very tenacious. She has the tenacity of a pit bull, really. Ozzy kind of he just gives up. He's definitely stronger, but he doesn't have the tenacity, the drive of Dolce. Ozzy's kind of an even keel, moderate energy level Corso, which is really what I prefer. Some people prefer the really high drive, highly energetic Cane Corsos, like Dolce. So it's kind of the spectrum of the two different temperaments. And then in Lucia, even though she's still a puppy, she's only 1. She's kind of in the middle between the two as far as temperament. She's kind of, you know, not as even keel as Ozzy, but not as drivey as Dolce. She's kind of in the middle, which is, for me, is the perfect balance. I've got pretty much the full spectrum here of Cane Corso temperament. And then Gypsy, little pit bull puppy. She's a pit bull, so she's gonna have the drive. And as you can see, she's ready to take on 3 Cane Corsos. So she's every bit a pit bull. No fear, extremely driven, and she's ready for anything, really. Even as a puppy at just barely 5 months old. So Tux, he doesn't get a lot of airtime because he's kind of really laid back. He likes to stay back. He doesn't like to get in that mix. They play way too rough for him. Although Tux is about 65% pit bull. He's a mix of other breeds, mostly pit bull. And Tux is actually, I'm sure he can take on, what I'm trying to say, I'm sure he can stand his ground. He just chooses not to get involved with that rough play. Hello, Tuxie. Although when Tux was my only dog, and I got Ozzy as a puppy, and when Ozzy was about Lucia's age, up to about a year, Tux and Ozzy would spar all the time. I have got some old video footage of it. So really, Ozzy just outgrew Tux, and Tux was like, "All right, you do you. I'm gonna sit back over here." So yeah, he didn't take any chances. But Tux is a survivor. He was a rescue dog. He was on the streets. I got him from the pound, and so these are my only 2 males. And I can easily have 2 males in my pack in the presence of female dogs because of their temperaments, or because Tux is not dominant. Tux will definitely roll over for Ozzy. He won't confront him at all. Even if Ozzy tries to, pick a fight with him, Tux was like, all right, never mind. I'm going over here. But Ozzy doesn't. Ozzy lets him know. He reminds him that he's alpha just because there are females in the pack. So Ozzy's going to let the other male know just by subtle gestures. But Ozzy isn't aggressive at all towards him. Sometimes he'll corral him. Put his shoulder next to his shoulder to say, look, I'm still bigger than you. I still have access to the females over you. So that's basically all he's communicating, and he's gentle about it. He's never aggressive, and he rarely will do that. He usually just ignores Tux. But this is how they get their exercise. Ozzy, gosh, y'all, the reason I got Dolce after Ozzy. I got her almost for this very reason, so that Ozzy could have a playmate that could really match him in energy and strength, so that they could exercise together like they are now. And then when I got Lucia, the three of them would spar, but Lucia was much younger. And so really Ozzy was just sparring with Dolce. But now Lucia is very powerful. She's actually stronger than the adult female. You can see she's much bigger. So she puts up more resistance for Ozzy. She's trying to dominate him. And so Ozzy has to work a lot harder now to spar with two very strong female Cane Corsos. Lucia being stronger than most female Cane Corsos. She's so big. And so he has to work a lot harder now to fend off these two females, in play. It's play with a purpose. It's play, for exercise. It's play for establishing hierarchy. They're testing each other's strength. Lucia, as most Cane Corsos, Dolce's trying to dominate him too. As most Cane Corsos do, as they develop, they test out their strength. They're figuring out how far they can go. So she's testing herself against a very strong alpha male by putting her front legs on his back and kind of showing dominance, seeing how far she can go. Ozzy, of course, will never let her dominate him, but he has to work a lot harder to show his dominance over them. So it's going to be interesting, but I suspect that once Lucia has gone through a couple heat cycles, she'll start to calm down, mellow out a little bit. Dolce has mellowed out a little bit. She's 3, going on 4, but she's still 3 years old, and that's about the age where they really have stopped maturing, they really have stopped growing and developing as 3, anywhere from 2 to 3 years of age. So Dolce's done with her growth and development and maturing. She's gonna be like this probably from here on out, and she's not as energetic as she once was. Still very energetic, but definitely I've seen a change. So much so that I took her to the vet to get her thyroid checked. So dogs can get hypothyroidism, where they don't make enough thyroid hormone, and that causes them to be a little sluggish, gain some weight. But no, her thyroid's fine. She's just at the end of her growth cycle and her development cycle. She's where she has to be. I put her on a little diet. She's gained a little bit of weight, which could be, part of why she's a little bit more sluggish than she usually is. But as you can see, she's still got a lot of energy in her. Doche. Pitbull puppy over here, Gypsy, she's still teething. So she's got a lot of growing to do. She's very large for her age too. She's, gosh, man, y'all, she's getting really heavy. I noticed a big difference in her when I try to pick her up. She's much heavier. She's over 30 pounds now. She's almost, I think she's about 35 pounds, going on 40 pounds at about, you know, a little over, between 4 and 5 months old. She's just barely reaching 5 months old. So that's pretty heavy for a pit bull. She does not have any American Bully in her, which I thought she did because she's so large, but I did the genetic test. She's 100% pit bull. She always does this where she tries to do the stalking motion. So cute. Lucia's like Scooby-Doo. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. What's going on, guys? Yeah, so the two of them will play. So right now it's a good mix in my pack. I've got 2 puppies, which really they spar all day long. They wear each other out, so they get really good exercise. The 2 puppies are very close. These 2 right here, these 2 are a pair. So, and then it's just a really good dynamic right now in my pack. Because now I've got Ozzy. He still gets a lot of good exercise with the 2 females. See how Cane Corso will drool? They'll drool when, you know, when they've worked out like that. They don't always drool, but he's got something in his throat. Yeah, they don't always drool, but they do whenever they're, you know, when they've put some work in, and, you know, especially when they're eating, they drool. Or when they see something good to eat, they'll drool. But not not all day long. They won't be drooling all day long. I see. So he's always on guard. When he's playing, when he's sleeping, never misses anything in the environment. He's always on guard. See, Tux is pretty happy, I think. Tux is one of these dogs that they're happy to be the lowest ranking member in the pack. They don't want that responsibility of being the first, you know, to protect the pack. I think he's happy that Ozzy has that role, but he's very important in the pack. He's kind of like the watchdog too. He'll give the alert bark a lot of times because he likes to stay outside a lot. So he'll give the warning bark, and then Ozzy will come running to back him up. He's got lots of wildlife out here that engages all of his senses. And his being mostly pit bull, he's very prey driven, so he's got a lot of that to keep him engaged. So, but anyway, y'all, it's a Saturday here. I'm here in the Texas Hill Country, and it's beautiful weather right now. End of September, going on October. That's one of the best times in Texas. Spring and then early late fall is just gorgeous. So getting ready to do some yard work, and hope y'all are having a good day, good weekend, staying safe and healthy. I know COVID's going around, this new variant of COVID, and my brother had it recently, so I didn't get it yet, knock on wood, so we'll just try and lay low. But anyway, we'll see y'all on the next one. Thanks for watching, y'all. Gypsy. Gypsy girl. 우리 Gypsy. Gypsy girl. Who's that Gypsy? 좋지.